city you burn, I'm gonna build one high.
February. February in the Northern Hemisphere is cold, dark, and dreadful. Perhaps that is the reason why people chose to celebrate Valentine's Day during this month. Expressing one's love and maybe giving that special someone flowers or a box of chocolate is exactly what is needed to get through these last winter months.
Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho.
This is Window Peeper. He just made the mistake of his life. He's one of the Icelandic equivalents of Santa Claus. They are called the Yule Lads, and there are 13 of them, all pranksters and hell-bent on causing mayhem. They were born to a troll mother, Grilla, who feasts on naughty children at Christmas time. The Yule Lads have followed the Icelandic people for centuries, carrying names that describe each lad's special brand of mischief. Sausage Swiper is known for his insatiable lust for smoked sausages. He can smell them for miles, and he is only happy when he has a mouthful. Door Slammer draws his name from the endless joy he receives by slamming doors during the night. Meat Hook uses his hook to steal meat. He has a limitless craving for meat and can occasionally be spotted in the night prowling for meat to snatch. Doorway Sniffer is a peculiar fellow. He uses his big nose to sniff and locate traditional Icelandic Christmas treats called mufflbrod, which he then gobbles. Window Peeper likes to spend his evenings peeping through people's windows to see if there's anything inside worthy to steal. On any given day, the Yule Lads would have gotten away with their mischief, but this time, they picked the wrong target. See, Santa Claus is one of the most powerful and respected men in the galaxy, and today, he got out on the wrong side of his cloning chamber.
Those motherfuckers.
However, the Yule Lads are not all about mischief, and with the passing of the centuries, their behavior has somewhat improved. In fact, they are currently better known for giving treats to well-behaved children in the 13 days leading up to Christmas.
Merry Christmas on this.
Have you been good? Do you deserve a treat? The Yule Lads have some gifts for you. The fantastic festival launcher not only fires snowballs, but now it can be loaded with fireworks as well. And that's not all. The Yule Lads will be giving you a host of other treats leading up to Christmas. So keep an eye out and try to be nice.
Greetings, fellow Empyreans, and welcome to the Yule Nexus, Winter Nexus. How's it going? This is the Eve Universe Show. It is the first day of the Winter Nexus. No, so I really wanted to show the Thorinbloat video. I'm not going to lie, but I didn't realize that it was a February thing, and it wasn't going to talk about the Yule Lads, so I had to quickly, like, switch gears. I thought that they were the same thing because I'm terrible apparently. I think that that's it though when it comes to the ULAD stuff. Should be right. That should be it. Okay, well, either way. That's our opening. How's it going, guys and ladies? I do have another thing I wanted to show you guys later, but I can do it later. Well, not show you. It's just some music. But I have been out here doing some of these event sites. I was doing it in a Vindicator, but I decided to swap it up to my Paladin. So we're going to use this, the B4 booster and the Webifier booster. Those are the two that we're going to want to use during this. My setup is pretty similar to what it normally is. The only thing I changed out was I dropped the prop for an extra web. However, if you are interested in an actual fit that you can use, that isn't, you know, super blingy. This was a, nope, not that one. Here we go. This was the Winter Nexus fit that was posted on the Reddits. You should be able to link something, Jen. Why don't we find out? Oh, no, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Hold on a second. Let me make a quick Eve workbench. Eve workbench. I had to translate it because he put some... Listen, guys, if you're putting a fit on the forums, don't add commentary. Oh, I need my code. Hold on. This guy, like, I really like his fit. I'm going to try to give him credit, but, like, in the fit, it says, oh, well, this one might need to be compact or something like that, but it's in line. So what it means is it makes it so that nobody can actually, you can't just copy it and then have it be in your client. I had to hunt down what he was actually trying to say. I also made a minor change. I uncompacted the two multi-spectrums, so you may have to compact them yourself if you're an alpha. Use drones and missiles to fit. Credit to... I need to go find this person so that way I can give him credit before I post this. Just use a Loki? Yeah, I have heard good things about the Loki too. But we're talking about something that's newbie friendly, you know? Let's see, credit to, boom. All right. Winter Nexus. New player friendly. Maybe that'll work. All right. And upload fit. Go to fit. Boom. You can link. Jen Black, if you linked something, I don't see it. So, not sure how that works. Okay. Sorry. Lots of stuff going on. Yeah. Jen, it doesn't show the link for me on here at all. I don't know if other people can see it. I assume that people can see my Eve Workbench link. Huh. Yeah, I don't see it. You can see the Eve Workbench. I don't know. What are the filament names? So they're all named after reindeer. Okay. So actually, let's go ahead and let's look at the event. Let's break down some stuff, okay? All right, we are going to be looking at the event one piece at a time. It is the Winter Nexus. It is mostly the same as last year. So we'll be referring to some stuff in there. We're going to go over rewards and all that stuff, and then we're going to head on out there. So first and foremost, we have login rewards. Hey, thanks for that that sub. Okay, so no, stop. Where is it? Well, that's weird. Oh, I covered it up. All right, well, cool. So there are 19 days, of which you must log in for 13 in order to get all of the rewards. And I can't seem to move this. So we have today we get some skill points and a festival launcher for some snowballs. Tomorrow we get some fireworks and our first ice storm filament crate. Then we get on day 3. This is when we get our expert system. That includes the expedition frigates. So for 3 days, I think it is total, you'll be able to fly the Tech 2 mining frigates regardless of your actual skills. So it'll give you expedition frigates 3, astrogeology 3, ice harvesting 3, mining 4, mining frigate 5, and mining upgrades 4 for I think it's 3 days total. And this is to allow newer players to be able to go into the winter sites and actually mine the ice. Because normally an alpha would not be able to mine ice. But because of this, they're going to be able to. And normally they can't use Tech 2 frigates. And therefore they're going to be able to use expedition frigates to be somewhat competitive. So what this means is that if you are a brand new player and you feel like, oh, it is 4 days? Okay, well then it's 4 days. Where did it say 4 days? I don't know. Either way. So the thing is, what this means is that if you are a relatively new player and you don't feel like you can contest against other players in the sites, and maybe hacking isn't necessarily for you, but you still want to complete the tasks, this is going to be probably your best opportunity to complete the task, is being able to go in there into the winter event sites, into the ice mining sites, and knocking them out for some points. Second bolded line. Oh yeah, there it is. You're right. For 4 days. Thank you. So then we get our first of our Aurora skins. We end up with the Krur, Worm, Skybreaker, Dramiel, Daredevil, Succubus, Damavik, and Astero. So we're basically every pirate frigate is getting the Aurora Universalis skins through login rewards. With the Krur, Skybreaker, Daredevil, and Damavik all being only for Omegas. So next we have the Dasher High-Sec Ice Storm filament. So again, all of the different filaments are named after the different reindeer. So if you just search the universal search for the word ice storm, we should get them all. There we go. Yep. So we have Donner 1 low sec, Dasher 1 high sec, Prancer 10 high sec, Rudolph 10 low sec, Vixen 1 null sec, Blitzen 5 low sec, Comet 5 null sec, Cupid 10 null sec, and then, you know, Dancer 5 high sec. So what this means is that that is the number of people that will go on it, right? So you can use a Rudolph filament to take 10 people, up to 10 people to low sec at one time. You can use a Vixen to take yourself to null sec and only yourself. Now, these function like all of the other filaments, which means that they end up, they take you to a random place that is within the selected areas. So where can these things take you? Well, unlike other events, you know, some events like to focus on low sec, some events like to focus on high sec, and this does have some of that. We'll talk about that. In this case, we have these. These are metaliminal storms. There are normally, I think, 10 of them total that roam around in nullsec, right? And the way that metaliminal storms work is that the center point, the center system where the storm actually is originating, has a strong effect. And I think it's up to 2 jumps away from it, there will be a weaker version of the effect. So yeah, we should talk about the package rewards or the packages and stuff later. So basically, not all of these nullsec ones. Some of these nullsec ones might be the original metaliminals, but certainly all of these high sec and low sec ones, these are the ice storm filaments. So you have to actually travel to one of these systems in order to find the new sites, the hacking sites, the combat sites, all of them. Now, one thing you might notice is that there's actually quite a few systems. So it's not like there is, like you're going to be packed in with everybody into one little area. And there also are lots and lots of sites. Doesn't mean that there aren't contested sites, obviously, but just some things to keep in mind. Now, the better sites, the basic sites are found in, hold on a second. Here's the Eve Uni article for the Winter Nexus from last year, which, again, most of it's basically the exact same. So there are 3 different tiers of combat sites. There's the White Storm forward base, the White Storm transit site, and the White Storm muster point. So the easiest sites are in high sec, the middle sites are in null sec, and the hardest sites are in low sec, with none in wormhole space because there's no metaliminal storms in wormhole space. Likewise, there's also in low and null sec a capital site called the Anchorage. So in these sites, the forward base has 1 wave of rats, the transit site has 2 waves of rats, and the muster point has 3 waves of rats. And of course, you know, much more lucrative on the low sec side. All right. Likewise, there is 3 different difficulties of ice fields, which only allow in expedition frigates, mining barges, exhumers, industrial ships, blockade runners, deep space transports, and porpoise, which again, alphas will be able to use expedition frigates in there. And then also White Storm data sites. White Storm data sites are level 4 data sites. They recommend at least 86 scanner probe strength, but you should have more. And they also require a data analyzer to unlock, and there is only one container per site. In high security, they're called communication relay. In null security, they're called cryptographic array. And in low security, they're called strategic nodes. And once again, the low sec sites are actually pretty lucrative comparatively. In addition, so then for the rewards, we have Glacial Drift skins and Aurora Universalis skins. We have the filaments, which should be the same as before. We have Overseer effects, which is basically the big reward for a lot of these events in order to be a commodity, so you can sell them. The fireworks, the brain freeze accelerators, the agency drugs, the White Storm boosters are back, and Sancha faction modules and ammo. All of that's available this year too. This login reward is obviously different, and the agency challenge rewards are different. But these are, the filaments here are the same, right? So high sec, low sec, null sec, etc., etc. Okay. So going back into the client, we can see the agency track. Oh, sorry. We have, to keep going on the 13 days, we also have our first gift of Evermarks on day 4. We actually get a grand total of, let's see, 6,500, 12,000? what is that? 20,000 total? 20,000 Evermarks total. And then we also get more skill points. There's 100,000 skill points there, 50, 10. So that's 60, 85. Well, lots. So like 1.5 million, maybe, right? Is that right? No, that's definitely not right. 200, so about half a million. Let's call it 500,000. And this is your login rewards. It is worth noting that, like, if you go Omega at any time during this, you unlock all of the rewards for the Omega side too. So don't feel like you need to go Omega right away. You can actually earn money in the event and then use it to go Omega if you really, really wanted to. Now then, there is a couple of other offers. I think that there's something on in the New Eden store. You can now pick up your ugly Christmas sweaters for 20% off. These are actually pretty cool. Here, let me actually show you this. I have it on the Nester. So as you can see, it actually has a new particle effect that is only available during this time. And it's got these different dots, or these different bars that fill up. And so we are 4 days into it, and it's got 12 total, and it will finish filling up on Christmas. And when it finishes filling up, an extra green light will appear in the front. Okay? So going back to the store, we can see that on here, where the green light is visible here, as if it was, you know, Christmas. It obviously isn't Christmas yet, so you wouldn't have the green light, but you can also see that there's the bar on each of these things that are filling up. I call this my ugly Christmas sweater. They're roughly unusable most of the year, but they do come alive during Christmas, which is kind of cool if you like that kind of thing. I don't see any other big sales or deals on the Nexus store, which is whatever. However, there's 2 different deals on the website, one of which is kind of hidden, might not even be true, might need to verify it, sort of confusing. So let's talk about that. The Yule-Star skins are awesome. You know, some people love them, some people don't like them at all. You know, it's kind of a weird thing that way. They're very divisive. All right, so this is the thing that we looked at, I think on Tuesday. This was a formal announcement for it. What is coming this year? We have the 1v1 T1 cruisers from the 16th to the 19th, and we have the T1 destroyer from December 30th to the 2nd of January. We also got new Corp logos, which is really cool. Corp and Alliance logos. So most T1 and T2 ships subcapital have them now. Marauders and Black Ops don't. Yeah, it's all remaining frigates, destroyers, and cruisers of all tech levels. So you've got Tech 3 cruisers. We've got all of them, hacks, etc. Up to and including, and also mining barges and exhumers, and non-capital industrial ships. So now you can go get your Orca logos. In addition to that, we have the new overview, which we were looking at, and I will show you at least some of what I've done with that in a little bit. Okay, so here's the first deal that I found really confusing. Actually, we're going to go to this deal first, now that I think about it. So we have all of our normal packs, the silver, gold, bronze, etc. pack. But for right now, we got $15 pack called the Winter Lumine pack. For $15, you get 13 days of Omega and 250 Plex. So 250 Plex is half of a month's Omega plus 13 days. So those two combined are basically already worth the $15 if you want to think about it that way. Coming down here, we can see we also get 100,000 skill points, a cerebral accelerator, and only 3 skins, which is kind of weird. The Krur, the Succubus, and the Garmer. And these skins are really kind of cool, actually. We were looking at these the other day. We can probably poke at them real quick. But what I want to point out is that, like, while this deal is whatever and is fine, I guess this is the only source of these skins, which obviously I never like that. I'd really like this pack to also be available in the Plex store. But what I find really odd about this is that it also says here in the original announcement, where is it? Also in the Eve store between the 6th, oh, this starts tomorrow. That's why. This is why this isn't here yet. Also in the Eve store between the 16th and the 21st of November, you'll be able to get 20% off Plex packages 500 and up, plus free brand new Lumine Polaris skins for the Phantasm, Bargus, Nightmare, and more, with the 1,000 Plex package and higher. So this doesn't start until tomorrow. That's why. Because if we go here to Plex, we'll see that there's no hint of any kind of deal right now. So don't buy Plex today. Buy Plex tomorrow is pretty much what this boils down to. Is there a way to tell the regular ones from the metal liminal ones? I think that the only way to know for absolute sure without having tracked the metal liminals prior to this would be to just like identify the ones that are in nullsec are sus, I guess is what I'll say. By the way, to look at the metal liminal storms on your map, you just simply come up to here to the gear, and you're going to look for geography and statistics, metal liminal storms. All right. So like, yeah, I don't think, like, I can't tell for sure what type of metal liminal storm this particular one is in nullsec. Let's find another one. Period basis. Whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. I don't see a way exactly to see without like going there. But all of these ones in high sec and low sec, anyone with a red dot in a non-null sec system is 100% a winter event storm. So I can tell you which ones are winter event storm, but I may not be able to tell you which ones are the non-winter event storms. They could have made the ice storms shades of blue instead. They could have, but that would be like a whole different discipline. Any rate, so I feel like we skipped out on something halfway through. Let's look at the event track. The event track is pretty simple. It's the same as normal. We have different Rudolph or reindeer filaments and the boosters that show up, along with some filaments, and then the skins. The skins that we get are Typhoon, Dominic's, Scorpion, Armageddon, then Garmer, Sacrilege, Ishtar, Cerberus, Munin. Doesn't it feel a little bit like with the Garmer, they're just like, oh yeah, shoot, it didn't fit in the login reward. I guess we'll just stick it here, right? Like, why is the Garmer so different than everything else? And it did end up with both of the So this is one of the ones that you get for the $15 pack. The thing about these $15 pack is that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw these things return again. Is there a Christmas time? It is called the Yule event. Y-O-I-U-L, I think, is what it's known as. We don't have a news item from this year. So I can go look up a different one, maybe. Nah, this is all like... it's not worth it. Yeah, Y-O-I-U-L. So basically, the way it works is, I think it was a couple years after the peace treaty, the Uli Convention. You get the Uli Accords, convocation, I don't know, conference, whatever. You have a second event called the Yule Conference. And the Yule Conference is named that. It's not Uli, which is the system, which is what the peace agreement is based off of. But the Yule Conference is named after the ship, the Yule, the Jovian vessel that it took part on. And the thing about the Yule Festival is that it is when universal time was agreed upon. So to them, it is like their winter event, is their winter festival, so it kind of has a Christmassy feel to it, especially given like it has a very Icelandic winter festival feel to it. But the where was I going with that? Oh yeah, but the name itself and the actual theming comes from the New Year's, right? That the reason why the New Year happens right then is because that's what's decided during, that was what was decided at the time. That was when they revamped the calendar. That's what the Yule is, the Y in YC, for example. All right. Do we want to go check out some sites, or do we want to learn about Thorenbloat? I think that this is... do we have anything else that we need to cover about this? The second half of the ships, yeah, is just hacks. So it's battleships, then hacks. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? I think we just get out there. So, once again, you have to go to these winter sites, although you can get one of the filaments that'll teleport you there. Loki got ganked. I could downgrade to my not downgrade, but I could switch over to my Vindicator. I don't know. So I do, before we get started too much, I do want to show you guys my setup for UI, because it's a little, I changed it a little bit. Let's see if I can go, nope, there it is. So here you can see that on the left-hand side, I actually put all my navigation stuff. So here I have beacons at the top, and I have my warp twos, all my warping sites down here. I don't have any of that over here because this is all combat side over here, right? So here I have my targets. I have local, I have saved locations, and I have drone management. All on this side, where I have navigation, all on the left side. I love the multiple overview thing. Holy shit. I'm still tweaking with it some. Mostly I want to work on my targets side. But yeah. So what I do is I pop open my probe scanner. I look at, it's just like faction warfare, right? So the site doesn't show up on the beacons until it gets warped to. So I can quickly look. I can say 8.63, 8.6, 8.77, 8.8. That means both of the sites right now are being ran. And this 7.7 one is one that has just recently closed, basically. You want to minimize the distance between your warp out and the actual combat overview, I think. Yes and no. I actually interact with my combat overview very little during combat. And having it, it's just like the fastest warp in the West concept that we showed the other day. By having it in the lower left-hand corner, like I have 3 monitors, 1, 2, 3. So it's on my leftmost monitor. So by putting it in the left corner, I can just slam my mouse in that direction and I know that it's there. But it also makes it so that it preserves, for me, it's about preserving proximity of information, right? So when I'm looking for navigation data, I look one place, and if I'm looking for active combat data, it's in another place. So this one has a lot of beacons already open. Oh, man. Okay, so 17.7, 12.8, 12.8. But yeah, by having it all, I have found in the past, by trying to put everything together, you end up just muddying everything. And I'm already looking on the left-hand side for things like my my autopilot. So the site itself just has a gate on the outside, and then on the inside there's a single pocket. As I said, in high sec at least, there's only one wave, so pretty easy. Oh, multiple overviews are so big. It's funny because like there's been so many features and whatnot that I've requested and stuff in the past that multiple overviews just like fixes all of them. It's like, oh, never mind, I don't need any of these things anymore. What I do need to clean up is my combat tab, so that way I can see like angular velocity and stuff. Now, when I'm webbing, I want to give it like a couple of ticks before I start shooting, because otherwise I might miss. I need to give it time to really, you know, work its magic at slowing them down. Oh, I still missed. Now, with the Vindicator, it's funny, because like the Vindicator has dual 90% webs, so like once the Vindicator's webs hit, I just wait 2 seconds and shoot, and it just dies, which is kind of nice. But the Vindicator can't really contest against the battleship against something like a Marauder. What is the app? Oh, it's Peld. So now I just wait for the battleship. There it is. Now, it spawns in multiple spots, but this is one of the popular ones. If you go just directly away from where the main force spawns, you'll usually get quite a bit closer to the Stormlord. So if you look like between this spiky thing right here and the other one, like along these three lines, that's where it spawned. So it does have multiple spawn points that it could come from, but they're mostly over there, I have found. Also, I didn't accept my rewards. Dang it. All right. 12. 7.9. I have noticed that the prizes haven't been like insane this year so far. All right. 1.5, 4 point up, 6.39, 6.39, 6.6, 6.75. There it is. And I'm going to use the Tetramon booster and the White Storm booster. Oh, I can't use them both. Boo. And I'm going to use my B4 booster. All right. Wait, this is an ore field. Ha, ha, that's why nobody was here. 1.95. I don't think that's going to work. 2.3. 2.9? 2.9. Nope, that's an ice field too. 3.6. 6.4. 6. Wait. Oh, none of these. None of these. Maybe this one? Let's try this one. I think that one might have been new. Lokis are camping data sites. Oh, in Lowsec? Yeah. Do you really need a T2 battleship? No, I'm not using it because I need it. Like I said, I was using a Vindicator earlier. That was perfectly great. And I just put the Praxis build on Eve Workbench from the Reddits. I do recommend having drones. You don't want to use drones during the actual fight itself, like the main rats, because they are very hostile to drones. However, usually you can drop them just in time for the battleship, like in between the two waves, and have them be ready to get some damage done. The problem is that the Praxis build relies on rapid heavies, and as with any other rapid ship, the reload time is extensive. So often what you'll want to do is you know, the drones are really good just in case you're in a bad position when it comes to your reload by the time the boss shows up. Yeah, the Marauder is overkill depending on what you think. If you're thinking about it in terms of finishing the site, then yes, a Marauder is overkill. If you're thinking about it in terms of winning the contest against other people, then no, the Marauder's not overkill. Throw a snowball at somebody. The Vindicator was pretty good, though. I was definitely happy with the Vindicator's performance. Need that second web on there. Yeah, yeah, that's true. The only way to really beat a Marauder in contest is to somehow lure the rat away. What's happening in Syndicate with the lore thingy? I don't think we've had any further developments yet, other than the fact that the Caldari have finished their construction, or at least the majority of their construction. All right, and I may want to switch to multi-frequency because it seems like I'm probably losing more damage from missing. That's 2. Wouldn't a second web be better than the grappler? People were doing the math about it. And I think that because the things get so close, especially the smallest stuff, that the grappler web ends up being better. But I'm not 100% married on that yet. Hey! Do I already have this one? I think I already have this one. I do not. Wait, what? Is that true? Holy crap. Fair enough. I guess I'll just activate it then. All right, next. .91, 1.41, 1.59. Yeah, closest thing orbits at 3K, farthest at 8K. That's true. There are pretty graphs involved. So I've become convinced. My DPS meter even working? Why is it not working? I'll have to double check to make sure it's working this time. In practice, it feels like two scripted targeting computers in a web is best. I mean, the problem is that there's a couple things that the graph may not be compensating for. Let's try this with a multi-freak and see how that works. Yeah, the grappler's optimal is 1K, but that's because it's designed to just be better and better and better the closer you are, effectively. Okay, yeah, my graph is working. Got it. Oh, I just don't have damage in being recorded for some reason. Let me fix that. Uh, 3K is still 2K into fall off. Yeah, but its fall off is like what, 10 or 11? I don't know. I know that grapplers are designed to be pretty good on frigates close up. What? Why? What? Why? Oh no! Christmas planning with the grandpa. Well, my dad. Yeah, grapplers start at 85% web strength. No. Oh, almost didn't turn that off in time. I have noticed that the has anybody else noticed that the prizes this year might seem a little bit lower? It might just be because A, the last few events have been really good, and also B, these sites are way shorter. It's all ice fields now. 5.8. Yep, it's all done. Yeah, I realize I'm still making a ton. I just know that like a lot of people are going to see that and be like, oh my god, it's only 5-6 million a site. When in reality, like I've already gotten 20 million in just overseer effects since getting here. Yes, there's no estimated price on the boosters yet, but I also don't. I literally I just don't even count those kinds of things in the value. I mostly look at like overseer effects and stuff like that because that's the guaranteed value. Hey, Jep Kraz, thanks for the sub. Can I link my Marauder fit? If you're in COE comms or the Empyrean fleet, I probably could. Am I? No. Is that all in here? Or is that on the Stargate? Did I go to a fresh site or not? I thought I saw the site spawn. Oh. There they are. Never mind. Vargar, Golem, Praxis. Well. Back to Conflag. I like to do a bounding box around this area because then as soon as they spawn, I can just release and lock them all. I really hope that those are like 3 different people. The idea that somebody would triple box these sites makes me very sad. I do hope that they're bringing their buddy. Preheat. Sure, why not? We'll do drones too. Nope, mine. Thank you. Thank you for playing. And I'm going to shoot you with a snowball for even more points. $9.4 million. Can you warp around in these sites? I do not know. I doubt it. You shouldn't be able to. There's an acceleration gate, so it should be a dead space pocket. Tractor the Golem. What is the channel? The Empyrean Fleet. Does this work still? Yes, you can micro jump drive, but you can't. I don't think you can warp because it's a dead space. $35, $61. There it is.
Warp drive active.
This brings me back to the conversation we had a long time ago on High Drag about hitting special events early. Yeah, although it's a little bit less true now that like the events have a nice formal pattern. Like this year, the event is basically all they had to do is turn on the event. So there wasn't nearly as much like, there hasn't been things like suddenly a bunch of faction Blood Raider stuff starts dropping or whatever. That doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to because we're mostly dealing with events that have already been done at least once before. But it's still definitely true for things like boosters and other stuff like that to get them out to the market early. The other thing is that with other things like the boosters and even the accelerators, because the events are now so frequent, there's less of a FOMO, right? Like you can always get a cerebral accelerator. You just don't know which one it is. Yeah, I knew immediately. I knew that it was random. How's it going, man? When are we gonna? I heard that well, you've been hanging out with Stay Frosty, right? How's that been? I know there was a bit of a mix-up between everybody the other a little bit ago. Pew pew pew. Excellent. I'm glad. Yeah. I like Ricks. I always have. It's always been a bit too much of a, like, ABA's been always a bit too much of a squid sympathizer for my own good. But, you know, other than that. Is the person that wants my fit in the Empyrean Fleet channel yet? I mean, you can say that. I mostly just don't want to argue the point. Come on, battleship. Where are we going to land? Oh, wow, that one's way off this time. Yeah, that's 40K off. Good thing I hit out that far. Yes, it is a paladin. $14.2 already being run. 62.4 already being run. What rocks are in these combat sites? I don't think that there are any rocks in the combat sites. Let me check. Yep. None of these rocks are real. Just wrecks.
Warp drive active.
Yep. It's just for looks. But the ice fields have ice, obviously, to mine. Everyone have my morals. Oh, don't give me too much credit. I'm just like To be honest, these sites go too fast. If I just start going in there, then it'll the chances of me showing up right as the boss is being killed or something like that is really, really high. So I would much rather just find a newer site, just so I know that I don't have to fight anybody for it. 7, 9, 8, 9. There's just too many sites right now to be worried about other people's stuff. We're getting through it, slowly but surely. Not even all that slowly, honestly. Hey guys, if you are enjoying this, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help. I know, seems silly, but the YouTube algorithm is a cruel mistress. My favorite part about this skin is the particle effect. So like there's this particle effect that shoots out forward, little dots, little spots. But if you're moving, like they're world aligned, not locally aligned. So if I was to be moving, they would actually like fly, they would go backwards. But because I'm not moving, they shoot forwards. Or at this point they just kind of drift. Oh yeah, I'm not moving, so it's not doing anything at all, apparently. The other interesting thing about a grappler that a lot of people don't really pay attention to that much, but does become relevant in this case, is the fact that like grappler cycles so much faster than webs. So if you're killing everything pretty quick and you need to go from target to target to target to target, it actually is faster to swap targets with the grappler than it is with the web. There's more likelihood that the grappler will come out of cycle quicker. Like that grappler had an entire cycle done by the time that the web came out of I will also note that there's a couple of things on there that's blingy that probably doesn't need to be. And I know at least one, like there's a couple people that put on different, like instead of the resist module, they put on either another tracking in the low or a heatsink. Relay hit. Oh, I have to hit the hackable can with a snowball for points? Pretty funny. So cap batteries, I always bling. Republic Fleet cap batteries are just too cheap and too good. It's the tracking computer and the repper that are definitely probably blingier than they need to be. 1.67, 3.8, 19.4.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, the faction battery is only like 30, 40 mil. The faction battery is one of the very first things I faction. Republic Fleet faction batteries, or Republic Fleet batteries are like my go-to. Four heatsink paladin, that'll work too. I use this thing for all kinds of different stuff though, including events or missions and stuff. And I'm kind of paranoid with it, so my attitude about it is like it already does so much like firepower that it almost like wastes what firepower it has. Usually because of like the hit points of the rat or just the way that the site works. I don't nearly get to get, you know, a fraction of my potential, so. Show total value. There we go. And show peak value. No, show peak value. That's what I wanted. And after this one, I might dock up and go to the bathroom real quick. How about that war? Which war? Wow, this site, this wave is pretty small. The faction war? Faction war is going pretty good. So I went to go edit Tuesday's video, and like the in client or the in browser editor for YouTube is just kind of being a pain. Wait a minute, there's not even 5 rats in here. I'm not gonna get a fucking. I'm not even gonna be able to complete the task because there's not enough rats in the site. That's lame. Anywho, really needs that second web, huh? What velocity do they have? Well, it's going 249 now, and then I web and grapple, and they go down to 23, 22. Now, obviously, the Vindicator pulls it down to like 2, but you know. We can't all have double 90% webs. Do you need the second web if you still use Multi-Freak? Needs a strong word, but it's a question of like, what are you going to put in that slot, right? You're going to want application, so it's either going to be a tracking computer, a web, or a grappler. A web strength bonus? Yeah, that'd be sexy. Now, the Golem has a target painter bonus, so that's pretty neat. I did see a Paladin and a Vindicator working together earlier. That's a good idea. Oh, it just finished cycling. Boo! I'm going to dock up and put on the Thornbloat video and then be back. Hey. It's an okay one. $17 and $7. Oh, nope. This one's not open yet.
Warp drive active.
Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, it seems a bit unfair that the Golem is the only one that still gets an application bonus. Two tracking computers and a grappler might be good too. I went with the I wanted the web because I've got the boosters. We've got boosters from the harvest event that extends the range of webs. Can I redeem this one? Not yet. Can I redeem this one? Yes. So now I've got a web range of 18 kilometers. Cold. I mean, that's true, but that means that the golem can snipe frigs at close up, too. Hurricane fleet issue. Not sure what he thinks he's doing. Should probably be in Bastion. He's leaving. That's what he's doing. That's a good plan. A third of the way through. Jen Black, how far through it are you now? You've got to be like 3/4, right? All I want is for filaments to yeet me back to Caldari space, but where would they send me Solitude? Yeah, like, I've noticed that, like, every single time that they do this, they always put one of the storms in Solitude and one of the storms in Iridia, just to make sure that you can't use the high-sec storms with absolute consistency. You can still use Pockfin filaments. Man, this guy just likes to be anywhere I'm not selecting, huh? Stuck at work now, but so excited to find no events once I get on at 8. Well, I mean, like, I've had no problem finding event sites today. The thing about these event sites is that there are so many of them in the storms themselves that it's usually pretty easy to find sites. Okay. And that one's being ran. So I'm going to dock up.
Warp drive active.
And play... play a commercial and the Thorinblode video. So again, this is a February tradition, but it's an Icelandic winter tradition, so I figured that this would be a good one to cover.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right, and I'll be right back.
February. February in the Northern Hemisphere is cold, dark, and dreadful. Perhaps that is the reason why people chose to celebrate Valentine's Day during this month. Expressing one's love and maybe giving that special someone flowers or a box of chocolate is exactly what is needed to get through these last winter months. But here in Iceland, there is also a lesser-known tradition that takes place during this time of year, a tradition which is also more or less designed to show our affection for one another. This is Jon. He just moved here from Denmark to work for the game company CCP. And tonight, CCP, like so many other companies, is following the age-old Icelandic tradition of having a midwinter banquet known as
Þorrablót. Þorrablót. I can hear you asking, what is this letter over there? Well, this is Thorn. It is pronounced. You see, this gentleman's name is not really Thor. His name is Thor. This piece of knowledge is handy to keep by whenever you feel the need to impress your friends.
The beauty of Icelandic women has become quite renowned to much of the world, but the reputation of the Icelandic cuisine is perhaps not as widespread. This is the Icelandic sheep, cornerstone of Icelandic cuisine for centuries. It kept the population of this barren rock alive through famine, cold bitter winters, and volcanic eruptions. And back in the day, when all its good parts had been eaten, you couldn't be fussy about what part to eat next. And now, 1,000 years later, Icelanders still pay homage to the endurance and resolve of their stubborn ancestors by eating those very same parts, including pressed ram testicles, cured in lactic acid, blood pudding, cured in lactic acid, singed and boiled sheep's head. Curing it in lactic acid is optional. Not a meat eater? No worries, we always have the shark. The shark is fermented by burying it in the ground and letting it rot for up to 12 weeks. Oh, and that ammonia rush to the head is caused by the high concentration of urea in the shark. Shark should of course always be complemented with freezing cold shots of brennivine, which is also sometimes referred to as Black Death. Its unattractive black label was originally designed to discourage drinking, but its trademark caraway spicing makes the taste quite unforgettable. It does a much better job of keeping everyone sober than a bad logo design ever could, but only for a little while. Of course, with delicacies like these, the tendency is to eat well and drink hard. Do you think that you have that special drop of Viking blood which would enable you to endure a Þorrablót into the morning hours? Do you have the stomach to look a sheep in the eye and then literally eat it? Do you have the balls?
I just wanted to remind you guys what kind of game company we're talking about here. They used to show off their traditions a bit more. All right, let's see.
Warp drive active.
We played the Yulad song earlier, or the Yulad video earlier. Is Ardenika here yet? I don't want to embarrass her until she gets here. Huh. Somehow this encourages you to pursue a career with them. I mean, they definitely are very unique. I actually liked it, the fact that they showed off their kind of Icelandic traditions and heritage a lot more, like in the past. Like I don't think there's any of the, I haven't seen any of the ULAD stuff dropping this year yet. .8. Oh, 2.8. 1.3. Yes, Malcolm. So the high sec sites are like 10 to 20 million, 5 to 20 million. The low sec sites are probably closer to 2 to 300 million. Although ULAD displays do drop good. Just wait a few days until low sec sites spawn in high sec. I don't understand what you mean by that. Why do people keep suggesting that the event's going to change? Like, of all of the events, this is probably the least likely event to change midway through. I thought the type of the site, I think the type of site is determined by what the system that you're in is. Not where the heart of the storm is located. I could be wrong though, I guess. The Proteus, I know that people were doing it in a Loki, so chances are pretty good. Let's swap to multi-frequency again. Oh, I'm not even bastioned. Let's see. Come on, boss. Dang it. Got all the wrecks, too. Yeah. It doesn't take too much to have application against these guys. Especially for a Tengu, I think. Point 6, point 1, 2.2, 3 point, yeah, okay. Yeah, these are all being ran. So this event, like I said, this is the event that they usually just start and then they go on vacation. So, it's usually pretty lucrative, and it also lasts longer than most other events. That's why it's a 19-day event, where a lot of other events are only like 14 days. We're about a third of the way done. Oh, look, no, we're over a third of the way done. We're almost halfway done. It's a lot of ice fields. You could, let's see actually if you can see it in the agency too. Combat anomalies. Where am I going? Miscatel? Yeah, you can see them one jump off, but these things get run so fast, I don't know how accurate that's going to be. So that said that there's 4 in the next system. So let's go ahead and see what we have when we get there. Ikawarazu. Ikawarazu? Is that correct? You can't see the ice in the agency? Wait, we need to verify this first. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, fair enough. Is the loot decent? It's all right. The loot is actually pretty low so far, but also, A, I'm doing the high-sec sites, and B, the site itself is super fast. So, you have to calibrate your expectations. You know, this isn't like the Crimson Harvest where you're at a site. You know, you take 10 minutes to find a site and then another 10 minutes or so to run the site or whatever. This is like in and out in 3 minutes. But I've been getting somewhere between like 5 to 10 million per site on average. I haven't gotten any jackpots really yet, so... Oh yeah, and there's bounties. Which was what? It's like 4 million or so per site with the bounties, I want to say. The Tengu's problems from being kinlocked. Yeah, but, I mean, kinetic is going to be great against them, though. I mean, it's not the same as explosive, but kinetic would be a pretty good thing to shoot at them, it would seem. Oh, I see. Never mind. I always get resistance and shields. I always get structure and shields backwards. So yeah, you'd prefer EM probably more than anything else. I know. I always assume that it's listed shields, armor, hull, but it's not. It's its hull, armor, shields. Oh, my bastion isn't on. That's odd. Could have sworn I turned it on. Although with how hard I'm hitting them, I don't know if they're shield tanked or any tanks at all. I love the fact that I can cancel locking attempts now. That's so nice. Do they scram? They disrupt. I don't know whether or not it's a scram or not. I could check. Probably. There's a warp disruption. So the Nightmare doesn't. Oh, the 3K orbiters do. That makes sense. That tracks. Oh, shit, shit, shit. Almost didn't get it. Almost didn't get it. Almost didn't get my points. I can't believe we still have that problem, personally. Uh... 5.85, 4.7, 4.4, 4.5. Well, so the key, Jita, is to just keep attention to where you are and where the nearest Concord stations are. Because, like, I just drop them off, like, especially right now in this particular ice storm, because you're, like, 2 jumps from Pakshi. Like, you're, like, 3 jumps from Yulai. So it's actually not too difficult to just cache them in as you go. One, 2, 3. Yeah. And actually, I think that right now that this area is actually like multiple storms butting next to each other. So there's a pretty big range in this area of eligible systems. Because, see, there's this one, and this one. And so all this area chained together. Ah. Now I can open up the map. Does this work still? Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I can't use my modules. How do I... Can I make this always on top? No? Aww. Oh, hey, look. Yeah, here's one of them. Scanner jacker. How you been, Marcus? By the way, haven't checked in with you for a while. It's good to see you. I only ever hear good things about you when I hear about you. Yeah, well, the other thing is about the loot, especially the overseer effects, is that like those are always going to be turn-inable, right? So it's not like you have to even turn them in right now if you don't need the money right now. No, I didn't do the... Ah, I didn't get it. $1.8. 2.08. I think that's all of them, right? Yeah, that's all of them. There it is.
Warp drive active.
There's also high... Yeah, there's high sec buyback, which is good, but like for these commodities, though, like you should be able to just turn him in.
Warp drive active.
No, you definitely don't want to sell them... Oh, high sec buyback the drugs and stuff. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. Especially since you don't... There's no guarantee that some of that stuff is going to move fast enough. So if they'll just buy them, then good for you. One, two. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Boo! Boo! I guess it's 2 million per site? I think one of the problems is that the rewards have been so high for events recently that getting 6 to 10 million per site now feels like not great. It's like, what are you talking about? I was getting like 30 a site in the last event. This is supposed to be like one of the best ones out there. Although I'm sure at like the high sec or the low sec null sec sides, then they're really good. 25 billion worth of OPEs at once? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Oh, look, there's a Vargar. That is a Vargar, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to have to overheat, aren't we? Hey. This guy does not lose contests. Nice try. 8 million. They're all done. We're gonna head there.
Warp drive active.
Yes, I was playing with the Vindicator earlier. But then I lost a contest to a Paladin, so I was like, okay, fine. I think the most, like, nerve-wracking thing I've ever done was have to move a Zoria's gun. I think it was a Zoria's medium entropic disintegrator or something like that. Like a single module worth over like 8 to 10 billion or something along those lines. $17.4, 22.4.
Warp drive active.
Aw, hell, here we go. There's one of the guys that contested me earlier. Why do I feel like I know that name? Hi, Spoons.
Warp drive active.
Maybe Spoons is going to come in here and try to steal my loot. We'll see how this works. I hope he can even stay alive, honestly. This is a warp disruptor. I have no scram on me. So yeah, I don't see any scrams in the room. No, it isn't Ronnie USMC. Like, yeah, the USMC Marine somebody. I thought that name had just recently come up, like maybe like in the contest or something. I can't remember exactly. I'm very nervous for that Atron. Diablo 4 dev stream. Oh god. Yeah, I'm not even. I just can't anymore. Let's see what we got. I have no radio menu. All right, cool. That's cool. .34, 1.85, 1.16. That's the new one.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, and the one that's at 1.85 is already being ran. Yeah, I have I don't know, man. I'm kind of not caring about it, so that way I don't get really mad. Yeah. Finding out that Diablo Immortal literally was created exclusively because they couldn't cash grab the hell out of Diablo 3 because it was already too far into production, and so they just created a free-to-play handheld in order to be able to exploit that as much as they possibly could. Getting that like confirmed was, to me, the final nail in the coffin. Because it's like, what hope does if the only reason why Diablo 3 was as decent as it was because management lost when it came to the auction house, and they also, like, the production was too far along for them to control it too much, and so they had to kind of just accept the business model of the game like that. I should Bastion. Kind of prioritizing guys that aren't coming after me for a couple of reasons. One, because I don't want Spoons to die, but also two, if they're attacking him, that means they're not orbiting me, which means that their orbit can be disrupted, and I can punish them for it. I can't think of any game that I'm like super excited and waiting for right now. I guess I'll just say that everybody should play Outer Wilds again and leave it at that. Oh, hey, look, a golem. Probably too little too late. Yeah, he's not even going for it. Oh, and I just let my Bastion cycle again because I suck at this game. There's the Varger. This is why I don't try to contest sites, guys. Because you just show up when the site's done and you're like, oh, I guess I'm the asshole. Satisfactory? Isn't that, I mean, like, I consider that pretty much already released. Ooh. Huh. No. Boom. I bet you that golem's already running the other one. 1.78. Yeah, let's keep going.
Warp drive active.
Baldur's Gate 3 is also coming out in 2023. Look. All I'll say is that when Hornet, what is it? Is it called Hornet? The new Hollow Knight. When that one comes out, I'll probably be covering that one. I've actually been thinking about like taking a day of the week and doing other games for it. Like I've actually been thinking about hitting up Minecraft again. It's been a long time, and Microsoft has done a lot to it. All right, 2.9, 3.1, 3.2. Yep, that one's new. Armored Core. You know what's funny? I used to love like the mech style game, like Mech Warrior Mercenaries and Mech Warrior Online and all those kinds of things. But I never got into Armored Core, partially because it had that like really expensive peripheral. But I watched Josh Strife Hayes' review of it. And after this, I'm going to put on... What the heck? Why did they reposition? Also, why is there a coercer in here? What is happening? Now there's this praxis. I can't help you, coercer. I can't lock him fast enough. Hold on. I don't want drones on this overview. Very confused by what's happening. I don't like confusing things. What? Why am I missing? What the hell? Why am I missing? And I didn't get credit for that one, so it didn't. So now I don't have enough for the battle to get the battleship. God damn it! They mess with me just enough that I don't get credit for the battleship. Boo! Did my drugs run out? Nope. There's the other paladin. Or there's another paladin, I should say. That counted as the 5th target, not as a battleship. I'm over halfway done, though. Can we finish the event track in one day? Those are all done.
Warp drive active.
Somebody talked to me in local recently. I don't really pay that much attention. Oh, there's a new one? At 11? Yeah, there's a new site. Huh. We're gonna hop in here so that way we can sell this stuff. You already finished it? Jesus. Seems like everybody's pretty excited about the event then.
Warp drive active.
$1,400 points already. How? And how much money have you made? I feel like this is valuable. Is this valuable?
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
December is turbo crabbing month. Today is EVE Online's Black Friday, where we all suddenly make a bunch of money. What? Stop! I swear I've gotten like more phone calls so far this stream than I do in a week. Last year you made 40 billion during the winter event. Whoo-wee. Nothing there. Hey, Ara Danica, great. Now I can embarrass her. All right, it is the holiday season. You know, I like to show off Eve Media when I can. So, this is our very own Ara Danica from way back in the day. Just in time. I've been waiting for you to show up.
This is dedicated to the EVE Online content team, with special thanks to Angus McDecoy and Lykulan.
Yeah, and there's Random McNally too.
Such a baby, just wore a saber under the tree for me. Then an awful bad girl, such a baby, so give me an incursion tonight. Such a baby, a 54 in LBPO for sure. I'll fleet up for you, dear. Such a baby, just where is the incursion tonight? Think of all the loot I've missed. Think of all the rookie ships I haven't blitzed. Next year I could raise my standings good if you'd contract my Christmas list. Such a baby, I could pilot a shiny Z-Large, their heart, trained cruiser to fight. Such a baby, so where's the damn incursion tonight?
It's worth noting that I'm pretty sure this song came out, like this was before Sancha was associated with Christmas.
One little thing would help me PvP.
So arguably, this event exists because of this song. Bad argument, but you could argue it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Only 3 rats again? Oh, you scout. Cool.
And plex. Burn your ex on my mind. Such a cutie. And bring on the incursion tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm stuck on the battleship anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Come kidnap my family tree with some wormhole spawn just above planet 3. I really do set you to blue. How long till you set me blue too? Such a baby, forgot to mention my favorite thing, briefing. I've got macros to pull, such a baby, so finish the incursion tonight. Finish the incursion tonight. Incursion tonight.
There we go. Well done. Thank you for that. I'm gonna hit the add button, guys, while I get to the next site. People still want to blue up to NPCs. Oh. Well. Oh, hell, the odd blocker. I still like Sindel Pellion's version of Hallelujah. Not just because it was written by an Aderon Robotics member, or a guy who was in Aderon Robotics at the time. Now the real question is, will I get a strike or hit for that? I don't think so. I think even the original song is pretty open domain now. 11.7, 24.9, both of those are being done.
Warp drive active.
I have 5 versions of the song I listen to. You mean that song in particular? Here, now I want to play Sindel's. I have gotten like a strike before because I played one of Sindel's songs, but I don't think it was this one. Oh. Check this out. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This is unrelated, but kind of related. All right. Now there should be a shopping area. I was looking to see if there's like a place that lets me know if I'm like currently being, because like when I watch streamers doing YouTube stuff, they seem to like notice as soon as like the DMCA stuff starts coming down, so they know to turn it off. But like I think that I'm just I don't know how they're doing that, if they are. All right, 13.8 and 17.6, both of those are being done.
Warp drive active.
Oh, Hallelujah. Yes. That's what I'm going to play right now. This is Sindel Pellion's Hallelujah.
Well, I heard there was a secret war where Ishtar's reigned and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for drone boats, do ya? Well, they pop like this, the 4th, the 5th, when the MC falls, cause the launches drift, the shattered fleet retreated. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your ship was strong, but you really goofed. They saw you riding in your food, and a friendly intel channel didn't clue ya. They pointed you without a care. They broke your hull and they left been there before. I've seen these tunes and I've talked much more. You know, I used to fly alone before I knew ya. Oh, I'd seen your past and your killboard marks, but fighting's not a victory march. It's a warm and friendly means of communication. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. There was a time you let me know what's going on in the boss channel, but now you never show that to me, do ya? But remember when I mined your goo and ran super production too, and every ship we grew was hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, maybe there's a blob above, but all I've ever learned from Saw was how to shoot a structure left there for ya. And it's not a sigh you heard that night. It's someone in Pravi is getting fights, and no one there wanted to invite ya. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah, 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 oh hallelujah.
It's a lot of things for not a lot of money.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
I'm just going to dock back up and turn back in, and then we'll keep going. Have a good one, Hobby. Hoppy? Yeah, Hobby. You should come check it out, man. Come try out the game. Now's a great time to, like, unironically, now is the best time to come play Eve. Like, they've done so much to help out with new players. And to make Eve into, like, a game that's you can get into now. Oh, no, no, no. Shh, shh. Stop. Eve community is pretty dang unique, that's for sure. No, it's got a, like, the single sharded nature of Eve Online and the open interactivity of the sandbox lends itself to a specific kind of community, because it's like on a certain, like, we're all in this together, and at the same time, like, you can actually remove, like, there can be real in-game repercussions because we all know each other, you know? Yeah, you might just find yourself looking at the ashes of everything you had. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't apply to me at all. I don't know why you'd even suggest such a thing. You're surprised that Eve won that community award? Wait, which community award? I know Final Fantasy XIV won like a big community award. I'm not sure. Hold on. Eve Community Award. I don't know. I'm afraid you may be mistaken. For best, are you 100% like Final Fantasy XIV won that award? I don't know what year you're talking about. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV got best community support. Really? I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I know, right? June, yeah, exactly. That was one of the things I had a moment of when I was going back through that stuff, was realizing exactly how old some of that stuff is. There's a login screen post about it. Huh. Chronos, huh? I bet I still win. I bet I still win. Is he contesting? Doesn't look like he's contesting. If he doesn't Bastion by the time I lock, I'm going to stop overheating, probably. Yeah, we're good. Oh, he did Bastion, but like too little, too late, I think. Yeah. He's still here, which he's not. Oh well. All right, 3.1. That's it. Oh shoot! I need to loot the wreck. Almost got a little too excited there. I don't even know how, like, what is the actual process of remastering something or mastering it? I don't even know. You just put remastered on the title? Yeah, okay. I try to focus on the guys that aren't blinking red, because that means that they might be going after spoons, and I'd like to stop that from happening if at all possible. Well, yeah. Well, remastered in that case is like they go back to the original data, right? Oh, hey. I know you. Is he going to contest me? He is. Okay. I'm not even going to overheat for this one. It's fine. If he gets it, that's fine. He did not, though. All right, well, fair enough. I just need to be able to edit Tuesday's video. Like, the fact that I can't download that is starting to tick me off. On the one hand, it's ticking me off. On the other hand, I kind of was supposed to do it yesterday and then didn't. And so now I can be like, haha, I didn't do it because it sucks, not because I suck. 8.7. Why do I feel like I just didn't open up one? Okay, yeah, I did. Spoons would be unnerving if he wasn't on my side. What? David? Are you watching? Oh, spoons. What ship is he using? It looks like he's in the Paladin as well. But he didn't come in. I guess once somebody notices that they can't contest, they don't keep contesting. It's weird that like whenever I lock something, if I lock it, if I'm already using my tractor beam, it says that something else is already tractoring it, and therefore it won't work. Also, I just let my thing cycle again because I'm bad and dumb. Oh, there you are. I was wondering if you were watching the stream. 2.9.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Man, these sites are spawning faster than we can run them. We are cooking through this. We probably will finish this by the time the stream's over. Well, then what do I do for the rest of the week / month? More, probably. Faction Warfare, one of the two. Did people enjoy the Faction Warfare stream Tuesday? I think it went really, really well. Like, I was actually very pleased. Like, I could not have asked for like a series of events that would show off what I wanted to show off exactly when I wanted to, right? Like, you know, nothing bothered us for the first site, nothing bothered us for the second site when I went to go do it in a slightly more dangerous area. And then as soon as we were like, okay, now let's go get a fight, like immediately get a fight, get killed, that's cool, reship, and then go and do the battlegrounds. I think that went really, really well, personally. I get very nervous about that Spirit Boy guy. Spire Boy? All right. I was nervous. I was nervous. Thought I might have been being scouted, but it doesn't look like it. You caught the second half of it. It was great. Awesome. I need to hear this so that way I can continue to be motivated to figure out how I'm going to edit it to make it available. Ah. Also, by the end of the weekend, the rest of the pieces of the Odyssey reading should be done and out. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that people liked it. I'll be joining Faction Warfare. Awesome. There's usually a lot of stuff available for people to buy or pick up, depending on which faction you belong to and like whether or not you like get involved with a player corp or whatever. 6:45, over 2/3. $14.8, 15.4, 15.14. Those are both done. By the way, since we're in Pakshi, I do want to point out that if you do find yourself in Pakshi and you end up happening to have... Oh. Nice. I didn't realize that tier 4 boosters were worth that much. I doubt that they really are, but either way, if you do find yourself in Pakshi, make sure to head over here to the Project Discovery. Oh no, this is a phase 2. You need the phase 1 monument. Right? No. Yes. Phase 2. Or you need the phase 1 monument. If you hit the phase 1 monument with an Entosis link, you get the beginnings of the scavenger hunt type thing, event. It lets you build the black glass. Project Discovery Phase 2 was exoplanets. I don't know if you get anything for intosising this thing. I don't think so.
Warp drive active.
You just support pirate with Dreams of LP? Come, be a privateer. Because that's really what, I mean, like, let's be honest. That's all that faction warfare is, right? Privateers, which are, like, basically pirates that work for the government, therefore get paid. You know? That's what faction warfare is. Next year. That's a good point. All right, fine. It's going to be interesting to see how much the affiliation system, like, there's so many people that are saying that they want to get involved, but they can't until the affiliation system comes out. It makes me wonder how many people are actually going to join faction warfare then. Like, are we going to see, like, a major explosion in faction warfare? I don't know. Uh... 3.1. 4.19 is the good one.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. But we're going to see how much people like change that from saying it to action. And the other thing is that, like, given the fact that it's PvP centric, the more people that join, it changes the quality of the experience, right? You know, the more players that are in faction warfare, the harder it is to plex for money, but the easier it is to get a fight. Like right now, it's a lot harder to make money in faction warfare than it was before the changes. Because there's more competition for the sites and, you know, more chances of somebody coming and killing, you know, fighting you for it. But also, there's so many people running the sites that the LP has become devalued. Doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. It's still very good, don't get me wrong. But it's just, I find it funny that, like, it technically would have been easier to make money in faction warfare prior to the changes. Joining a faction. So people like to think that joining the faction reduces the amount of targets, but here's the thing. The best way that I get targets, the best way I get fights in faction warfare is to go and plex, right? To actually sit in plexes and spin timers. Because when you're out there roaming, everybody's trying to get away from you. When you're doing a gate camp, you're going to catch things that don't know how to get through you. But when you are the thing in the plex, people come to you. And on top of that, you, like, on a long enough timeline, people have to deal with you, you know? Like, I went to Intaki back when there's like 1 or 2 people in Intaki at the most of the time. And all of a sudden, you know, within an hour or two, no matter what, I mean, like, certainly less than that, but within like 20, 30 minutes, I start getting squids showing up to try to kill me. Why? Because I'm plexing the system. It gets people's attention. And the more you do it in a system, the more you push it up, the more it gets people's attention until eventually they have to do something about you. So, no, like, sitting in a plex, trying to get, like, sitting in a plex, defending the plex is one of the best ways to get fights in EVE. And, like, you will get more fights per hour sitting in a plex than doing a gate camp or roaming. However, this isn't as true if you're a pirate. If you're a pirate, no one gives a shit if you're in a plex. But if you're faction warfare, then people do. So that is why I think that it's actually better to be in faction warfare to get a fight, because you can force the fights by taking objectives. Yeah, if you're chasing people off the plexes, though, that means you're always diving in and trying to catch them, which can be a very frustrating experience. So what I'm saying is that if you want a combat ship in the plex, then be the combat ship in the plex. 1.3, 1.7, 1.7, that's all of them. Right, you can sit in a plex, but no one sees that as a threat, and nobody comes looking for you in the same way. NWM. NWM. I think it just got opened up too. Yeah, it looks like there's somebody already opened it. Ah, whatever. We'll just move on. Nice skin. I know, right? I love this skin. It reminds me I need to do more giveaways. But beyond that, I like this skin. 24. There we go. Oh, we can go check out the new Alliance tournament. They added in the latest beacon for the winner of the Alliance tournament. Maybe after the site. No one knows that you're a pirate until they punch in? Yeah, except for I can see who's in local. And I can see that there isn't another faction warfare member in there, and I can see that you have a suspect flag. I'm just saying, like, I tried it. Like, I used to be dismissive and just be like, oh yeah, just use the plexes. But then I tried to actually do the same thing and, like, garner fights by being in the plex as a pirate, and just nobody showed up. So I think if a faction warfare person just sees that there's like a pirate in a plex, chances are they'll just leave that plex alone and wait until you leave. Because as a faction warfare dude, I know that you don't give a shit about these sites. So if I'm dealing with a pirate in faction warfare, I'm much, much, much more likely to just let them, you know, do their thing and leave. Because I know that they are going to leave sooner rather than later. Whereas if a squid shows up, then I have to do something about it. Because if I don't, then they will just take my site. But yes, now that there's like hot zones in faction warfare, now that there's like systems with tons of people in it, then yeah, you can get fights in there no matter what you are. Right. Well, it's not just easier to deny content. Like, I actually do like to give fights to pirates, but the thing is that, like, the pirate is playing a short game. They want to fight right now. I'm playing a long game. I want to plex in this area for the next several hours. So, if I get a good fight, but I die, then I have to go reship. And that actually, the thing is that at that point I've now become selfish, right? My individual desire for a good fight has made it so I now am just going to be less effective, and I'm going to get less work done during this, during that same period of time. Because the faster I'm closing those plexes, the more progress we're making. I have my site all picked out. Get here faster before someone else opens it. Nice.
Warp drive active.
200 points more. I have an hour to do it. Almost certainly going to get it done. Yeah, losing sex status can suck. But it's not, I mean, I don't know. I've never found it to be terrible. Tags per sec is not that much if you're just bringing it down to -2.
Active.
Yeah. They used to not get the suspect flag, and that sucked. Anybody get any good jackpots today? Any good loot from any of these sites yet? Oof. This is a big wave. Oh, hi. Still got like 2 hours on all my drugs. You gonna stay? Oh my god, he's gonna stay. Why? There's more sites. You don't have to waste your time losing to a contest to me. I don't know if you want to do this, man. It's not what I would advise, at least. I wonder if he thinks he's hot because he's killing the smaller things faster than me. Let's just hope this is one of those times that it lands at like 40. That'd be pretty funny. What is that? A golem? Always white, Rex. Always white, Rex. All right. $1,700 track points. Madness. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. I doubt it's that much, but, you know, whatever. 20 and 19? Yeah, those are both already gotten.
Warp drive active.
735. The Nirvana boosters, aren't those shield hit points? I don't have any Nirvana boosters. Yeah. Do I have this skin yet? I do. All right. 63. It's the only one, and it's not open. Now it is. Yeah, that sounds right. Raptor 2's 6. %16 tracking speed bonus, though. Right now I'm using the Web-of-Fire, Harvest Web-of-Fire booster and the B4 and the Tetramon Precision booster.
Warp drive active.
Another Paladin? This guy could very well give me a run for my money, depending on how things go. As far as Paladins go, I'm actually not that high damage of a Paladin. Yeah, well, no, the Blood Raider event is both the Amar and the Blood Raider one. Because remember, one side is Blood Raiders, the other is the Order of St. Tetramon. It was the Silver Hand, but I think now they've done full-on Tetramon. Oh, hey, I am being scrammed. Look at that. guess the paladin opted to not come in here. So in the Halloween, you have to choose which side you want to work for. Do you want to work with for the Order of Saint Tetramon against Blood Raiders and get the Overseer effects, or do you want to go work for the Blood Raiders against Order of Saint Tetramon to get the clones? So this Tetramon precision booster that I'm using is from that event. Same event, just two sides. Right, the Empire racial event, the Empire, like what is it? Foundation Day, which is the Amar, is in the middle of the summer. So those boosters are long since expired. But both Tetramon and Blood Raiders both use lasers. Order of Saint Tetramon is Amar, if that wasn't clear. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Probably. You're probably correct on that one. Because you've got Sancho, Blood Raiders, and Amar can all give energy turrets, whereas like the Serpentis and the Angels kind of share a thing together, and the Garistas are more about the drones and the missiles. Yeah. So, yeah, probably more energy turret drugs than any other drug. 24.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, lasers could always use some more love, especially when it comes to PvE. So I'm okay with them being bonused with the drugs.
Warp drive active.
So today and tomorrow are going to be my last 2 days streaming for sure this year. I will try to do other stuff over the break, but you're just going to have to keep an eye on my YouTube to know when and if that's happening. Or on the Discord. You go into the Discord and you go to the Public Roles channel and flag yourself for YouTube. Then whenever anything on YouTube, videos or streams go live, they get posted on there. Most of the time. Only 3 targets! This should be illegal. Yes. Lasers, especially small lasers. Lasers have really good projection in general. There's that paladin again. Is he going for it this time? He is going for it this time. You know what? I'm not even gonna overheat. We'll just see. 1-to-1. I think he's gonna get it. Yep. First time I've ever let somebody else... That's the first yellow battleship I've gotten today. Now I've got half a cycle left. Gosh darn it. And there's 2 more sites. So here's the thing. If he's smart, he's going to go after the other site. If he's a jerk, then he's going to come after the one at 40. And if he's a jerk, he'll learn that the only reason why he won the contest last time was because I didn't overheat. So... Man, this video has almost as many likes as we have concurrent viewers right now. That's what I like to see. Thanks, guys. It means a lot to me. Both emotionally and financially. All of your guys' support for the channel. Watching the VODs, watching the videos, sharing them with your friends. Yeah, why doesn't he just go to the other one? There's another one. There's a whole nother site. It's 2.33 AU away. Why would he want to contest this one? It seems a bit silly. Unfortunate. We're here, the best community of 2013. We can't be jerks. Well, got some bad news for you. How's it going, Unafraid? Look, now there's 2 more sites again. If he could, now I have to win the contest because otherwise he's just going to keep following me around. That's how I justify it to myself. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, no. He's here. And he's open. And there's a Praxis. Lordy. Yeah. Yeah. Get wrecked. Ah, damn it. 1 second long, too long on my bastion, though. Ah. Distracted by my own hubris. All right. 30, 39, and 49. So there's one at 30, one at 39, one at 49. I'll open the 31. Yeah, I bet you he was following me because he thought he could contest. I just got an Econ battleship to level 5. I think I'm going to take it out and try it for a zap. Ha. All right, Scott. 07. For ham or heavy assault missile or a rapid heavy Praxis should be able to do it just fine. I mean, your biggest problem is going to be contesting, but I've also found like this system has a lot of people in it and there's a lot of contests, but you can definitely, there's little nooks and crannies within the storm that are significantly less contested. T1 what? I have a, if you go on my Eve workbench, I just put up a Praxis build that I got from the Reddits. I appreciate it when there's at least 5 rats. That's very kind of them. Seems a bit like insulting to give me 3 rats. Oh, boo. Does the room only do thermal and EM? No. From what I saw, they do all 4 damage pretty evenly. I mean, more EM than the rest? But yeah, in high sec, it's only 1 wave and then the boss. So they're super fast. Yeah, once again, 28, 28, 22, 22. Let's see. Ah, yep, there it goes. Did you see that missile that just shot out? That's the extra damage. Often CCP will give rats in these kinds of sites missiles in order to do off damage. I love reactives. Huge fan of them. Because they actually plug your hole, right? It's not just about how much damage they are doing to you. It's also about where your resistances are. So like if they're doing, like right now, with my resistance profile of 75, 80, 62, 60, if they're doing even damage across the board, then my resistance will actually shift more towards kinetic and explosive because that's where my holes are. Oh, nope, that one's already started. 6.9, 8.1. This one is not. Hey, Sidewinder. 07 to you. Make sure to check out Sidewinder Spirit Weaver. He's, I think, you're still on Twitch, right? I always love a reactive when in doubt. Because often, like, if you're taking two different types of damage, it'll often be better than even, like, a enam or a resistance mod. And I like it because I can also look at it and see where it's at to know what kind of damage is coming in, too. Like, what is the actual practical amount of incoming damage? Oh, yeah. Streaming on YouTube is so much nicer. I ain't gonna lie. I've been enjoying it more. The lack of Twitch Prime subs is kind of sad, but we do have membership. So if you do want to support the channel, you can become a member, not get any commercials, get access to cool stuff, like different videos and all that kind of stuff. And there should be a new membership tier for only $1 that gives you access to the videos. Wishing there was something like reactive. Yeah. But there's a lot of things that shields have that I really wish I'd have too, so. Like, can you imagine an armor rep amplifier? It'd be pretty cool. I owe you. What? Sure. What can I do for you? So, Marcus, both ancillary. The difference between the ancils, I think, is very, very important because it really showcases what is the strength and weakness of each of the reps, right? So in both cases with the ancillary, what they're doing is they're using a different secondary thing to aid where that tank type is generally weakest at. So for the shields, shield boosters often take an incredible amount of cap, especially oversized ones. Therefore, the ancillary shield booster uses cap charges to compensate for that and pay for the cap that way. Whereas armor reppers are usually, their weakness is kind of anemic rep amount. Therefore, it uses nanite repair paste in order to amplify the rep bots to make it so that you get bigger reps. So that's why the two different ancils are different. Now, why you can fit multiple ASBs but not multiple AARs? Yeah, that's lame. And the fact that the damage control helps shield resistances but doesn't help armor resistances, but there's no mid slot for armor resistances, kind of sucks. Obviously, passive shield regen is the big one. Oh, I missed it! Is it because my bastion went down? I think it's because my bastion went down. Oh, well. For a second there, I thought there was still another site that wasn't opened yet. And I was like, what the hell, man? Right. Well, so with a shield, you want to fit an oversized prop or oversized shield to compensate for having not enough shield reps. But with a armor, you want to have multiple armor reppers, right? So you're not going to see very many fits with 2 or 3 shield boosters on it, but you will see double and triple rep armor ships. But the thing about shields for me, honestly, is that it's not even just about the shields. It's the fact that Caldari is just so damn based on burst. And what I mean by that is
Drive active.
you have both the ancillary shield repper, which gives you a huge bursty tank, and you've got rapid missiles, which gives you a huge burst to damage. So those two things together make those ships unreasonably bursty a lot of the time. Armor also has hull tanking, which is pretty decent. It's like all of the buffer of armor, but none of the penalty. Man tanking, exactly. The thing I love about hull tanks is that, like, it's so good at, like, jabroning somebody, right? Like, they shoot once, and you watch your shields cripple. And they're like, okay, cool. And then they shoot again, and they watch your armor drop by 2/3. And they're like, holy shit, this is going to be easy. And so they, like, double down and, like, make sure to get in for the kill, so that way you don't get away. And then they shoot a third time, and you go to 99% hull. And then they shoot a fourth time, and you go to 96% hull. And that's when they realize that they just fucked up. Doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to, because hull tanking was basically unheard of back in the day, but it's still, you can still do it. Bastion, thank you. Yeah, hull buffer ancil armor rep is very fun. What is a Hecate doing in here? I never know if these people are just making a critical mistake or being super scary. Could go either way in high sec, to be honest. Yeah, he's breaking, must commit. It's also why I like tracking disruption and weapon disruption, because it lies to the person. You know, they're still making some progress. They can still be locked. They can still shoot. So they're like, oh, just try it a little bit harder. But then they don't realize that they're basically doing nothing. Nice. Disrupting Shriglavian ships are my favorite hobby. It's funny because so I lost a ship in the Abyss. I got a Deimos. This is a pretty famous story. I tell this story kind of a lot as a cautionary tale to people to always practice with your ships. But I bought this like total of 5 billion ISK worth of implants and ship. Took it into the Abyss and lost it like 2 hours later. But what happened was the ghosting Damaviks were disrupting my damage, but I was so focused on the newt that I knew I just had to break the newt, and so I spent all my time shooting uselessly basically at the newt. And I joked around with Fonsui afterwards, and I said that, you know, had it have been a trig ship, I would have won, because it would have become immediately obvious to me, because if my gun gets shut off, then I know, you know. So, but it is kind of handy to just kind of like, especially if there's a fleet, to like rotate. I'm gonna hit an ad again. It's telling me to do an ad again. Oh boy. Oh man. I'm kind of tempted to just go get an exploration ship and get the last of the points through that. Yep, that's a new one. How long did I farm today? Well, I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. And maybe about a half an hour before that. Because I did like 3 or 4 sites as a Vindicator first. And then 1 site as a Paladin, just to kind of test things out. I'm actually kind of sad that there's no new like commodities or trinkets or whatever that seem to be being given out. Maybe they'll do it again for the anniversary. I love the little lore items that they put in, especially since there seems to be a lot of callbacks to them recently. Garmers are OP until you damp them. Yeah. Garmers are OP until you're an Algos and your drones can catch them. Then they're not quite as daring. Nobody get any good loot yet? Who was it? Jita, you got 700 points. What's the nicest thing you've gotten so far? And have you been doing it in high sec or low sec? Or null sec, I guess. High sec. Oh, you got the Sancha Hulk skin? Oh, cool. I haven't seen any implant stuff dropping yet. I have not gotten a 23rd yet. Normally, I'm pretty good at getting those jackpot overseers. Not today, though. Not so far. That was a weird little burst. What is he even doing? How does he do that? He's just like going real fast for like a second, and then like a little pulse, and then stop, pulse, and then stop, pulse, and then stop. That was very weird. Oh, boo. They opened up both of the other ones. Well, there's still one more to open.
Warp drive active.
I find it very hard to compete as an alpha. Yeah, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to find opportunities to not have to compete. But also, on day 3, you get the expert system that's going to let you do the ice mining thing. So if you absolutely just need to do it as an alpha, that's probably a good way to do it. Especially since you can probably get away with that in low sec too.
Warp drive active.
17th. I don't even think I've gotten anything that high. Let's look. Yeah, I've only got an 11th tier here, and I don't think I've gotten much better. Plenty of rats, just like I like it. Loot tables will get an update tomorrow. Whatever. I doubt it. Maybe, but I doubt it. Well, that's why Marauders have such a big cargo hold, though. Legitimately, is to carry like all the extra ammo and everything. You could just be a paladin and not need ammo. It might be packet loss. Well, but it was like, it was going fine. It was like my web stopped slowing him down. It was like my grappler wasn't working all the time. There was like partial ticks. It's almost like every second it didn't know where it was going to be, and so it has to catch up to where it really is versus where my computer thought it was. I don't know. It was just really weird. I should watch the velocity chart. Ooh. Right, but even then it's not like a cycle. Boom, and I noticed it because it went like boom, boom. It was like, it was weird. And it wasn't like a jump. Like it went fast and then slow again and then fast and then slow again. I don't know, whatever. I'm at the edge of my grappler range at that point, so could very well be it too. See, so he's going like almost nowhere. Although now he's double webbed, so now he might not actually go at all. Man, look at all those storms, or look at all those sites spawning. Oh, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. We did it in right around 4 hours. Let's call it 4 hours. We'll do the rest of the sites that I can get my hands on in this system, and then we'll wrap things up for the day, I think. Wait, that actually might be done, because there's 26, 26. Those are already being done. Alrighty. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and view market details. No? Fine. We'll look up Concord. Stations. We're looking for one like 2 jumps. Three jumps. There's Kemerk. UI's 4. All right, let's go.
Drive active.
I know. Yeah. The other one, but I knew that I was within a couple of jumps of a Concord station, so that's why I looked up Concord. But yes, you could look up DED as well. Used to do this all the time for red loot. Where is... Oh, Pakshi. There it is. Oh, that's also 4 jumps. Cool. This one's already being run.
Drive active.
Sweet. Take this and tweet it. Completed in 4 hours. Although I will say that I've made a lot less ISK completing this track than I've made completing other tracks. But I think that that's partially because of how fast I completed the track, right? Like, less events, less sites, more sites, less per site means that you complete the track faster than you're making money. But at the same time, I also did get, I got some stuff. I probably got about 200 million ISK worth of overseer effects total. And 5 of these boosters. Some other ones. One of the skins at least says it's pretty nice. Let's see, 22, 26, 28. And 39. All of those are being run.
Drive active.
Coolio. Anything else I should talk about before we wrap things up? There's merch available. I don't, like, somebody was asking about why it wasn't there. There should be down below the video. If not on my main YouTube, I will look up whether or not I need to make that available for people. As I said earlier, I've tried to edit the video for Tuesday, but neither the in-browser editor nor downloading it seems to be working right now. So stand by on that one, I guess. You can watch the VOD if you want to learn more about Faction Warfare. We went over everything I could think of about Faction Warfare. I think it was an amazingly well done stream. Not just, I'm not saying that for myself, but what I'm saying is that, like, the universe cooperated with my lessons in a way that I wasn't quite expecting. So very happy about that. Tomorrow. Anybody want to give me some ideas about what we should do tomorrow? Anyone? Thoughts? We could do some, we could potentially touch on some Sancha lore. I did do Sancha a little while ago. Or we could do the we could hit the exploration and mining sites. A chronicle reading. You guys love the chronicle readings. I want to do group LoSec stuff, but I don't know if that's a. I'm not sure if that's a stream sort of thing. Maybe if we had some sort of like setup that was very disposable. LoSec mining sites would be a good one. That would be a good one. Let's consider that for next time. We'll hit up the mining sites tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is the perfect time to hit up the mining sites because the next day alphas get the expedition frigates. So tomorrow we are going to explore. Oh my God, I can't say that because if I say that, then my son's going to come home and be like, by the way, I don't have school tomorrow, and also I have to go to this one place, and also your internet's dead. So I can't promise anything. But the goal will be to check out ice mining for the event tomorrow. Okay? But combat fit. So the thing is that like in the ice mining sites, not much gets into those sites. So I'm not sure what you would be PvPing necessarily. Anywho. Just remember, guys, it's not, if you get tilted or whatever because of any given site, then that's going to disrupt you. If you just don't even fucking pay attention and you just keep on grinding, keep on going, the next thing you know, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of money and be like, wow, how did I even get all this stuff? That is the secret. Right? If I was worried about every single site and how much I was making, then I'd be like, oh, I'm only making 4 million and get frustrated or whatever. But like, here's another 70 million. It's all about, this is true about exploration, this is true about events, it's true about a lot of things in EVE Online, right? Like just, we get so focused on efficiency that we actually end up ruining our game to the point where it's actually inefficient because we no longer can do it to the scale that that would be best. The most efficient activity in EVE is the one that you enjoy doing. That means that you can do it longer and make more money doing it. All that said, I have been Ashtarothi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put EVE into context for you, my fellow Empyreans. Does this work? No. Does this work? No. Does this work? No. Does that work? No. Oh, wait. Ah! There it is. Hey! Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Make sure to get involved in the event. There's some cool stuff, and these skins are very difficult to... these skins in the track are probably not going to be available again. So, yeah. But there's also, of course, faction warfare to get into, and a lot of other stuff going on in EVE right now. There's the Proving Conduits this weekend, etc., etc. So, if you do like the Chronicle readings, make sure to go. I have my lore playlist and Chronicle reading playlist, I should. So that should have some stuff to feed your fancy. Or you could go to evereader.com, evereader.org, I think it is, and check out Zendane's readings. So, yeah. But on that note, without further ado, I have been... Oh, wait, no, I need to thank people. I need to thank all of you guys for checking out the stream, for liking the video, commenting, going back and watching the VOD and liking it then. Commenting there, getting people involved, sharing it with people, telling people like, hey, did you know that EVE actually, like, there are people that actually know a little bit about the game that'd be willing to teach people about stuff? You should really check out this Ashtarothi guy. But if you really like what I do and you want to help us here inform people and make a better EVE and increase player literacy and increase player engagement with EVE Online, you can do so by joining my Patreon. or becoming a member on YouTube with, or sending some super thanks, super chats, all that kind of stuff on YouTube's. That's always much appreciated. Or you can join the Convocation of Empyreans itself and come and help maximize player engagement with EVE Online and secure the Southern Warzone for freedom and democracy. But I definitely would be remiss if I didn't give my thanks to my co-designers, Abyssus, Aikawarazu-chan. We're going to go with that. Ardenika the Queen, Black Rose Noble, Dejat Lamont, Drake, Golden Age Stories, Jay Kuhn, Malik Starfire, Midnight Space Monkey, Not Just Fun, Seeds of Plenty, Serenolin with No Eyes, Ciliana Vilesh, Nephilim, Grendel, Zolnex, as well as my Immortal Tears, Evolete, and Rid. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, I've been Ashrathi, the voice of New Eden, and I'll see you in space. Check out Signwender's stream too, he's pretty cool.
Bring on the wrecking machine. Every city you burn, I'm gonna build high. Bring on the wrecking machine, setting your dreams of heaven on fire. Bring on the wrecking machine. Bring on the wrecking machine. Bring on the wrecking machine. Gonna ignite your every desire. Bring on the wrecking machine. For every city you burn, let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. For every city